Hello guys, Crispy here, welcome back to another video. In this one, my friends, I'm gonna be testing a GeForce RTX 3050 in Fortnite Chapter 5 Season 1. This one is the Gigabyte Eagle version of the card. We are running it with the latest Nvidia drivers, and I'm not manually overclocking it. You can see all of its specs right here in Tech Power-Up's GPU-Z. It's also an 8GB card because it's the desktop 3050, and over on the left, we're pairing it with the i5-13600K at stock speeds and 32GB of DDR5 6000MHz RAM in dual channel. Let's get into it, shall we? Alright, look at that, my friends. We're starting off great here in the menu. I just booted up the game and we're getting 69 frames per second. That is just amazing. Let's go over the settings first, and I am starting at 1080p resolution using the DirectX 12 API and the Epic settings preset with a full resolution, no upscalers or anything right here, as well as Nanite, Lumen stuff, so ray tracing is enabled, and the hardware ray tracing is also turned on. So we're currently at maximum settings. Let's see how the 3050 does. Okay, so while dropping, we're getting a measly 30 frames per second. Damn it, this is gonna be really intensive. It's almost daytime as well, so it's gonna be pretty in just a second, but look at our FPS. That is not playable for Fortnite whatsoever. At least it's not stuttering, which is very nice because I installed the shaders or the textures, whatever, the launch option that you select to download everything beforehand, so it doesn't really do it in real time while you're playing the game. That's very, very good, and I really recommend it if you are playing this game and experiencing a ton of stuttering. Now, I want to see it in an area with a lot of vegetation, maybe like here, yes. It does drop from 30 FPS, as you can see, guys. It gets really intensive with all of this grass and stuff. The lighting is looking absolutely gorgeous, though, and inside of bushes, whoa, it drops down into the low 20s. So it's definitely not a playable experience here with the 3050 at the default Epic settings in DX12. In DX11, however, it actually removes the Lumen stuff and the Nanite because you can't really utilize that in DX11, and it gets way more FPS, but it's a bit more stuttery as well. So I will actually end up disabling Nanite here and keeping the DX12 API. That's a much better experience, but not for now. First, I'm actually going to utilize DLSS on quality, because in this game, DLSS quality looks really, really good, although in some of the trees you can see some little artifacting and stuff like that that doesn't really look that great. There was a guy right there. Yep. Okay, should we? Damn it! Yeah, just stand there. Just stand there for me. Thank you so much. Yeah, that's definitely a bot. Okay, let's start counting our FPS. We're getting way higher frames than we were before, but it's still not 60 plus, and you really, really want 60 plus FPS all of the time in a game like this, of course. Anyway, looking in this direction, we were seeing less than 30 frames per second, and now we're like around 40. Inside of the bushes, we're seeing 22 frames per second, and now it's like 35 minimum, so a major improvement by using DLSS. And if you want the best visual fidelity out of the game, definitely utilize DLSS. It's mandatory, basically. Otherwise, it's completely unplayable. I'm not gonna take that shot. What should we do? I'm just gonna go over there. All right, 30 shields. Oh my god, it's starting to stutter like crazy. What the hell was that? Jesus. Okay, that was weird. Like, we aren't really running out of VRAM or anything, but it kind of felt like it. Because sometimes when you run out of VRAM in games, it has a massive stutter like that when things swap from VRAM to RAM. And it might have been it, actually, because with ray tracing settings, the games do utilize a ton of VRAM. Alright? Okay, there's a guy there. Come on, come on, come on. I saw 69 there. That means that the kill is ours. Yes, there we go. Alright, so apparently we made it playable. 45 FPS average is playable. I'm playing the game and I got a couple of kills already with these FPS. So that is okay, but that's, again, definitely not what you want in Fortnite. So what I'm gonna do is lower this down to performance now, which is 50% of 1080p, and it still looks okay here in Fortnite because of the simplistic graphics or the art style, you know. It's like DLSS works really, really well with this game, and it's definitely a lot softer than it was before. Oh, it's still dropping into the 40s, by the way, but it's still seeable, if you know what I mean. screen. And if you have a 1080p monitor at like 22 inches or maybe even 24 inches, it might look good still with performance DLSS. But again, considering that we are playing with performance DLSS, I actually thought we'd get like 60 frames per second, and we're not getting anywhere near that. It's actually very, very close to what we saw at the quality DLSS setting, which is interesting. There might be like a bandwidth limitation or something like that. I don't know. But yeah, apparently lowering the resolution a lot doesn't really improve FPS by much when using the Epic settings. So, unfortunately, I won't really recommend Epic settings here with the RTX 3050 even at 1080p resolution. But as I said, you can still keep everything set to Epic aside from Nanite and these two, which are disabled when Nanite is disabled, you know. And let's apply that, and this is Epic without Nanite. It also turns off the hardware ray tracing. Obviously, it's not needed since we're not utilizing ray tracing anymore. And yeah, we're back to 100% resolution scale. I'm just gonna restart the game to fully apply everything, and I'll be back soon. And look at that, guys. This time around, while dropping, we're seeing 70s instead of those 40s and 30s that we saw previously. That is way better, obviously, and exactly what you'd want, especially if you have like a 60 Hz monitor, or if you just want very good visual fidelity and very good FPS at the same time. There's a guy right there. Okay, so I'm just gonna start counting our FPS now, grab some weapons, and now I actually stand a chance, finally. Okay, I don't need to be very scared, although I still need to be scared because I'm not very good at this. There's a present, Christmas present right here, my friends. I hope your Christmas went well, by the way. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Come on, where the heck is the guy? Reload, please. Don't do this to me. He has a shotgun. He has a shotgun. This is very, very bad. All right, I got him. I got him. It's all good, guys. Oh, boy. Thank God I got those shields, you know. Okay. All right, let's see what we got inside of this gift. Ooh. That's a nice weapon. All right, let's grab all of these stuffs. All right, there's the bush right here, guys. Let's check it out inside of it, see how much it drops. Not by much. So it seems like something with the lumen settings and nanite settings was really intensive when you get inside of bushes. And if you disable that, you're going to get pretty much the same FPS as outside of bushes. It will only drop by a little bit. So this is very, very good to see, of course. Oh. There's a guy. There's a guy. Wait. Let me use this one. This is better. Yes. Thank you. I'm standing still. Why am I standing still? I don't know. I just figured out that was a bot and I didn't care. Let's go. Let's continue here. Everything is fine. I think you can expect 60 plus frames per second all of the time here using these settings, which is a nice surprise with the RTX 3050. That means that like high settings without any nanite will also perform really, really well. I think it's time for us to test it with DLSS Quality here. See how much of an improvement we can get without the ray tracing. Holy crap! That is way better of an improvement than we saw previously, isn't it? Okay, let's start counting our FPS. It definitely feels snappier, even though I'm using 60 Hz because of the capture card. I can feel the little snappiness difference. All right, we just got shot at by that guy. He's just chilling there. What is he doing? He doesn't know that we're here, maybe. Oh, hello. All right. Come on, reload that. Let's go. I don't have a sniper rifle this time. But he does, so we might be screwed if we stand around here. I got... Oh my god, another big stutter there. That's definitely not a VRAM bottleneck. That's just the game, I guess, because with the RTX 4060 Ti, I also saw this happen. Not very often, you know, in that higher settings, but I also saw that happen. Come on. No. Oh, there's another guy right there as well. Let me see if this one had some sniper rifles. Come on, give it to me. Nope, only a shotgun? Seriously? This is just a bot, definitely. That guy killed the other one. Come, come over here. Come. Let's go. Is he coming for us? Yes. Come on. Let's go. Oh my god, that was definitely a terrible weapon to use in this situation. I guess using these settings, you're gonna see 100 plus FPS very often, with a couple of dips here and there to like the 80s, maybe 70s at the bare minimum, but it shouldn't really drop from that. Our 1% lows were at 69, probably because of a little stuttering that happened there. So really decent results. I would have zero problems playing like this, and I actually recommend these settings if you want good visual fidelity and high FPS, but not like a competitive experience, you know? You're more of a casual player if you want these settings, I guess. Now let's try it out at the high settings preset with 100% resolution scale, and now Nanite is back on with the Lumen stuff on high instead of epic. I'm also going to enable hardware ray tracing, restart the game, and we'll play another match. And while dropping, we're getting 50-ish frames per second. Hopefully down there it can actually reach 60, but I am not really confident on that. It's actually getting closer to the 40s now as we touch the ground, or as we get close to that. Okay, let's find a weapon right away. A couple of people are dropping here with those. There's a chest. We should be good. Come on. Okay. Please give me... Okay, there we go. We're fine, we're fine. Start counting our FPS. I really need shields, though. No, there's the guy there. Wait, I think so. No, I didn't spot him. What? What was that? Okay, a couple of them there. Ooh, 3 of them. Okay, let's try to get this one. All right, we got both. Nice. Couple of kills. Very, very good start here for the high settings. Not really for the performance, but hey, we did well there. And I forgot to start counting our FPS. Great. Sorry, guys. Okay, so we got some decent weapons now, and we're getting those 50s still, even here with the forest area. Previously, remember, it was in this exact same place at this time of the day, kind of, that we were dropping into the 20s to like 28, 27. Now we're dropping into like the 40s minimum, and over inside of the bush, we are getting 40 plus frames per second. So this is better than what we saw with DLSS Quality and the epic settings preset, guys, with the ray tracing enabled. This is quite a decent experience, not gonna lie, for the visuals you're getting and for the ray tracing. So it's time to use Nvidia DLSS on quality next, and we're actually getting 60 plus at the moment. It might still drop, especially inside of bushes, but this is not half bad, okay? This is actually very nice and decent this time. Come on, come on. Why did he start shooting at me like all crooked or whatever? Like, that was weird. It's just a bot. Yeah, that's the answer for everything. Whoa, it's actually not dropping, and we're getting 69 on average. That's amazing. 56 1% lows again, but that's just because of the little variations that happen in the frame time graph. Oh, we got some flying vegetation here. Very interesting. It reminds me of Ark Survival Ascended. Pretty much the entire map is like that in that game. Somebody was shooting at us. Wait, where from? Oh, there. Okay, another one side walking. That's so weird. Why do bots walk like that? Why do they stop shooting you? Maybe I'm so bad at this game that they put me against these very weak bots. Just so I stand a chance and don't die instantly and keep playing the game. Over here, dropping to the exact same values as we saw inside of the bush. So this area is pretty intensive, probably because of these little trees. Oh, dropping into the 50s actually there. Interesting. It's probably because of the lighting inside of here, with the ray tracing being really intensive. Yeah, it's still not terrible. You could play like this. Yeah, they haven't really been here. Maybe it's not a good idea for us to start shooting at these bots, because then it will attract a lot of attention, and we're not really getting 60 plus. Okay, let's see. Let's see. Come on! Headshot the bastard! Headshot the bastard! Let's go! Let's go! No, you! Come on! I'm gonna get him! I am gonna get him! Yes! Let's go! Damn it! It's hard, guys! There we go! There we go! Reload! Oh, yes! Okay. More? More? No? There are not more of them. Yes! Come on! Oh, boy! Oh, boy! This is stressful. This is a little bit stressful, not gonna lie. Nice! And I need to concentrate, my friends. I need to concentrate. There we go. There we go. All good. We managed to do this. There's a guy. There's a guy. No. Okay. I'm fine. It's probably just a bot. Since he's not really moving that well. Yes, it's all good. Oh my gosh, that was a little bit scary. What the heck? Oh boy. Okay, should we go there? Whoop! We're jumping from the sky. There we go. Getting 70s, down into the 50s at times, looking around us from up here. But this is decent, you know? It's not... It's not terrible. I could play like this. Okay, I just restarted the game now. We're back to native 1080p resolution using the high settings, but now without Nanite and Lumen. As usual, a couple of friends are dropping with us. I'm gonna start counting the FPS and grab a weapon, please. Not bullets. I want weapons. Weapons, please. Not this crap. What do you do? Okay, shotgun, obviously. It's a shotgun. Again, just like with the RTX 4060 Ti, game gives me a shotgun. Alright, FPS are super great. They're shooting at each other, I think. Come on. Nice, we got one. And the other one is right there, throwing grenades at us. What the hell? Maybe he doesn't have another weapon. Like, what happened? Where is he now? Where did he go? Oh, there he is. Okay, we got it. Good stuff. Still very good lighting, and shadow quality is way less impressive than it was on Epic, but it still looks great, you know, it's not shimmery or anything. Again, like, high settings without Nanite are way better in terms of FPS and performance than Epic settings without the Nanite, right? Remember, we were seeing like 80 to 90 frames per second on average previously, and now we're at 120 FPS almost without DLSS. This is native resolution still, so pretty impressive. It still looks very good once again. Like, the shadow detail at the distance still looks great as well. There's like no shadow popping yet. That only happens at medium settings. And imagine with DLSS, it will be even better. Oh, hello there. Oh, that's not a weapon that I wanted to utilize in this situation. Okay, it's not even a freaking weapon. It didn't take any HP out of him. It just pulled me closer. Okay, so I just opened this up, guys, and now I'm hearing somebody. Some footsteps. He's probably waiting for us. I'm just gonna grab this and the other one right there. Come on. Okay, it's all good. We're good. Yeah, let me just open this as well. Maybe there's nobody. I'm just dreaming. Maybe it was my own footsteps that I was hearing. I doubt it though, but hey. Alright, you know what? It's probably time now to enable some DLSS. We got 120 FPS with 1% lows. That is extremely good, of course, but what if you want to get like 144 to get close to a 144 Hz refresh rate? Well, quality DLSS will probably deliver that. A little bit of artifacting there on the leaves on the left, by the way. Yep, that's pretty terrible. But hey, we got a big improvement once again from 109 frames over here inside of the bush to like 20 to 30 more frames per second. That's really good. And I mean, if that translates into the averages and 1% lows, this is going to be close to 140 FPS on average. Remember this area with all of these bushes? Getting 120s, 130s. Buttery smooth experience here. A 4GB version of this card, by the way, on the laptop is going to be a little bit slower, okay, so keep that in mind, but it should still provide a decent experience using these exact settings that we're utilizing now, because as you can see, that VRAM utilization is at 4GB, so it's within the VRAM limitations of the other cards, the mobile chips. Now, although the performance is quite nice here, using some of the settings that we've utilized today, I don't really recommend the RTX 3050. I gotta tell you about that, because this is not a good value GPU by any means. It costs like $200-250. There are way better GPUs to be had for like $100 more, or even for cheaper than that, guys. Because if you... Oh my god, guy has a sniper rifle. We must not stand here. If you buy something like an RX 6600 or 6600 XT, those will actually be faster than this. Obviously, they don't have DLSS, so you're stuck to TSR in this particular title if you want to use upscaling with the AMD GPUs. but it still looks decent with TSR, and since they're so much faster, I would just buy one of those GPUs. Probably for cheaper than the 3050. But if you already have a 3050, well, don't be sad, you can still play games absolutely fine. Not really the latest and most intensive AAA titles with very impressive technology and graphics like Alan Wake 2, for example, that will just wreck the little 3050, unfortunately. Avatar as well, that's a really intensive game, although 3050 should be capable of playing it, but don't expect more than low or medium settings with decent FPS, okay? Because yeah, 3050 is just getting pretty weak these days for those particular titles. Nope, god damn it. Why is this so hard when you get... Why do they get so close to you when fighting? It's freaking Aquaman, of course. I don't really stand a chance against that, but... whatever. Well, anyways, at the end we got 139 FPS, very, very close to those 140 that I was expecting, and 1% lows close to 100 as well. Buttery smooth experience, and again, if you value visuals and you still want those 140 FPS, this is definitely the way to go. Okay, now we're at 1080p using DirectX 12, of course, 100% resolution scale and the medium settings preset. And this time we don't have Nanite enabled by default, so everything should be buttery smooth, but unfortunately, medium settings don't really look as great as high settings without Nanite, guys. The most noticeable thing is the LOD. You can see the grass rendering in as you walk. You can see the shadows just showing up out of the blue as well as you walk, like as you can see right here. It's super, super noticeable, and it's quite distracting at the same time. Now, personally, I don't like this. Look at the LOD over there. It's rendering in the little bushes there, the grass as we walk, and it's really noticeable. It also does that on like high settings and even epic settings, but it's much, much closer, the LOD, here at medium settings, so it's more distracting in my opinion. So this isn't really good for competitive players, and it isn't really good for people looking for that high visual fidelity experience. So I don't really know what medium settings is for or who it is for. Oh, there's a llama right here. A lot of people cringe at me when I skip these because I just don't really care. But hey, there we go. I got the llama now. Anyway, if you do utilize medium settings, let me know down in the comments and let me know why you utilize medium settings, because at this point, I think I would prefer low settings. It's just less distracting, you know? You won't really have the grass rendering in front of you. You won't really have the shadows rendering in front of you either. I mean, the lighting and everything will look better than low settings, obviously, but... I just don't really see the appeal. Oh yeah, this is the area where we saw it at high settings as well as epic settings, and now... yeah, we went from like 26 or 27 FPS at epic settings here to this 160 plus FPS all of the time. That's crazy, right? So the scalability of this game is absolutely amazing, actually. There are some games like Call of Duty Warzone, for example. By the way, inside of bushes, it drops into the 130s. Not a problem. It's going to be high refresh rate throughout. But yeah, in Call of Duty Warzone, you get like, what, 30 FPS more by lowering it down to low settings, coming from like ultra settings. It's not really that big of a deal. I think I heard somebody around here. Also, we don't need DLSS, obviously, at these settings, but I'm still gonna enable it, because why not, right? Let's see how much it gets with DLSS on. Here we go, it's on quality. There's a guy there. Okay, it's Peter Griffin. I'm not sure if I want to do this, because the guy is quite fat, you know, and, well, not really here. All right, you know what? Let's do it. Let's do it. Peter Griffin! Get over here, you bastards! There we go! I got him! Good stuff, good stuff. Alrighty. So getting 170 still. Not a CPU bottleneck yet, by the way. I don't really expect that to happen unless we're playing like at performance mode with the 13600K, even though it's not overclocked in this video. It should be fine. But now we're getting like 200 FPS at times, which is kind of crazy in this area. Now, we gained around, like, what, 30 FPS or so? 20 to 30 FPS by enabling DLSS on medium. But again, I don't recommend medium settings, because I don't know who the target person for medium settings is. Definitely not somebody with a 3050. Maybe somebody with like a GTX 970, for example. But this one, if you want that higher visual fidelity... Oh, I left the shotgun somewhere. Just go with high without nanite. It's going to look way better than this. And it still performs very, very well with 140 FPS with DLSS as well. So... yeah, that's what I'd do. Let's go down to low settings with high textures. Here we go. I just restarted, of course, as usual, 1080p, DirectX 12, 100% resolution scale, and the low settings with the high textures. View distance is set to near over here because whenever it's set to near, you can see that there's no grass in the screen. And if you set it to, for example, medium, there is grass, and I can't really see the other tree that was behind that hill over there. So if you want to be competitive at this game, this time around, you want to keep the view distance on the lowest setting possible. And we're dropping at 150, 160s, and 70s frames per second. That's very good. I'm going to start counting our FPS right away, actually. Now, with the lowest view distance, things will pop in and out of screen sometimes, like the weapons and stuff. You can't really see what kind of weapons are at the distance. You just see the glow. For example, if I drop this right here, it's a green weapon, of course, and I can see that it's a scar or whatever the crap that is. But from over here, yeah, I can't really see the weapon anymore. Like, it's pretty weird because it still has some of the details there, but they will disappear with time, as you can see, with distance, actually. So that's a bit of a downside. You can see it's rendering in right there. It's really weird. But you do get more FPS with that setting set to the lowest, and you do remove the grass at the same time, and removing grass is very important to spot people, so I think it's a bit more important. All right, there's a guy here. Come on. Come on. Nice, got him. Good stuff. Grab the bullets over here, and her weapons. I hate the fact that you can't run a lot in this game now. Is that a guy? No. Oh, I only had one bullet. Jesus. Okay, didn't notice that. Come on. There we go. Hello. Come on, come on, come on. God damn it. Of course, that would happen. So many people here. Anyways, 200 plus FPS. A bot actually got us, guys. He's moving like a bot. Or maybe it's just a switch play. I don't know. But yeah, it's getting 200 plus FPS, which is super, super nice and smooth. It's good even for like 240 hertz monitors. Even though we're not really getting close to 240 FPS, with DLSS we would. And you can still see those extra frames compared to like a 144 hertz monitor if you're playing at 240 hertz with like 200 FPS instead of 240. And I guess if you want to be really competitive at Fortnite, you can achieve a super smooth experience with this GPU right here. Just make sure that you have a very high-end CPU as well. Well, not very high-end, but something like a 13600K, maybe a 12700K or 12600K overclocked. And on the AMD side of things, something like a 5800X 3D. Next up, let's check it out with DLSS Quality to achieve maybe 240 FPS average. And now while dropping, instead of seeing like 150s at times and 160s, well, we're still seeing 160s, but up to like 200 FPS at times. Look in this direction, for example. Yeah, it's quite a bit better, but is it going to be game-changing? No, not really. You're likely not going to notice the difference in FPS with DLSS on and off, so it comes down to like personal preference. If you're fine with the DLSS look, which is a little bit different, it's not as soft as native resolution with TAA, but TAA in this game actually looks decent in my opinion. No, 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 shut up, shut up. I'm gonna go this way. I don't have anything to do with that. Yeah, as I was saying, guys, even if you have a 240 hertz monitor, it's very hard to notice the difference between 220 FPS and 240 FPS. But if you want to get those 240 and you feel more comfortable by knowing that your FPS are at 240, well, be my guest, play with DLSS. Just remember, again, especially with DLSS, you will need a beefy CPU to achieve these FPS. And a lot of people won't have that, and they will complain that they don't get the FPS that I got in this video, but that's just because they didn't really watch the entire thing, and they don't know that they have a CPU bottleneck. Or maybe they think that I should have tested this with a CPU bottleneck. But if I did, it would just be a CPU test, not really a GPU test. So yeah, it's kind of useless to test GPUs with a CPU bottleneck. Inside of this bush, dropping down into the lower 200s. Again, it's gonna be buttery smooth. And use these if you want to play with competitive settings again, because they look better than performance mode, and they are smoother than performance mode, although they don't get as high FPS as performance mode. But hey, the 1% lows are much, much weaker in performance mode. I said performance mode a ton of times, so let's just test it, shall we? Here we are, guys, playing in performance mode. This is more meant for lower-end systems, you know, 3D resolution set to 100%. This time we can actually max out the view distance, because we don't have grass even with epic view distance, and we're playing with high textures, low meshes. Let's go. This is it. It's sharper, obviously, because now we don't have TAA. And this time, we're actually fully CPU bound with the 13600K. So we could get higher FPS by pairing this GPU with something like a 7800X 3D, or a 13700K, or a 13900K, or a 14600K, or better, but basically something better than the i5 13600K that we're utilizing would get us more FPS. Now, look at this. FPS while dropping are very similar to the FPS that we saw previously, right? So it didn't really improve by much while dropping, but down here it should be a bit better. You know what? I was expecting it to be a little bit better than this, not gonna lie. Maybe get like 300 frames per second. And that will, well, it got it there. But that will, oh god damn it. That will be possible with a faster CPU, again. The thing is, look at the 1% lows. I told you, this stutters more in performance mode than it does in DirectX 12. So even though the maximum FPS or the averages might be a bit better than the X12 at native resolution and low settings, it's not as smooth of an experience, and the stutters will definitely hurt you a heck of a lot more than not getting those 30 more FPS than the DirectX 12 mode, you know, like that's just negligible at this point, but the stutters definitely aren't negligible. People might look at this and, oh yeah, I want that experience. It's really, really competitive, right? But no, the 1% lows are terrible, so it ends up being a bad experience, in my opinion. I wouldn't play like this, guys. The X12 is already a really, really nice experience. I would only utilize performance mode with something like GTX 1050 and lower end than that, 1030 as well, GT 700 series and stuff, GTX 750 Ti. But with these RTX GPUs, stick to the X12. Don't forget to install the little shaders in the launch options of this game, and you're gonna have a great experience. And that's been it for this one. Thank you very much for watching this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already. I hope this was helpful to you, and I'll catch you in the next one very soon. As always, love you all. Bye-bye.